Good morning. It is December 2nd and my second Stitch With Me Christmas special series. I think a couple people, somebody said Stitchmas with me, which I thought was super cute. And someone else said Stitchmas. So, I think that would be cute. Instead of Flossmas, we'll do Stitchmas. So yeah, I'm going to do these as much as I can. I know I'm not going to be able to do it every day. Because of the just time it takes to edit and upload. But I will do as many as I can. And I'm going to start off with opening my advent calendars. Because ever since I got up this morning and saw them sitting there, I was wanting to open them. So I'm going to start with this one because it's it was already sealed. The next one I'll reach my hand in and get. So this is day 2 of the Advent, and it's puffy. So whatever it is, I mean not puffy, but it's soft, a little bit squishy. So this is from Vicky. Oh my goodness! Look how cute! Oh my goodness, I'm assuming these are ornaments. They're little elf Christmas hats with pom-poms. Vicky, did you make these? Oh my goodness, they're so cute. You could actually, if you have little gnomes or little elves, you could put them on there. Oh my gosh, I'm assuming she made these. These are so adorable. Vicky, if you're watching and they're not ornaments, you let me know. But I'm going to treat them like ornaments because I'm going to put a little ribbon and hang them on my tree. Oh, those are so cute. Oh my goodness. They're so soft. I love it. Y'all made little finger puppets. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Vicky. I was like, what is that? It's squishy. That is so cute. And y'all, I have not... It's still early in December, but I haven't put my tree out because I'm afraid I'm going to get it out and Stormy's going to attack it. Now, when Kiki was a kitten, she didn't bother the tree. She might have went under and like tapped an ornament, but she's a hunter. She was just on the table trying to swat a little bug flying in the air. So, she attacks stuff all the time around the house. Alright, so for Tracy's, it's still in the box and it's covered up. And yesterday's was sheer, so I'm going to assume at least some of them are sheer. So, I'm just reaching my hand in. I'm just going to grab one from the top. So oh no, I grabbed 2. I grabbed 3. Oh, I got to hide them back from myself. No! Disaster alert. Okay. I did see for a flash what is in them, but I didn't see like really. So. My fingers got tangled up in the ribbons. Okay. Whew, I need some training on this, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to assume she has a whole collection. They're all in these bags. That's super cute. Look at that. Little stockings. Okay. I mean, not stockings. Santa hats. I'm still laughing about. Ooh, a Christmas red color. 666. That is, true. That is literally called Christmas red, I believe. So, that's awesome. That's a great red color. I have several Christmas patterns that call for this color. So, thank you so much, Tracy. I so appreciate all your hard work and time and your investment in this. I truly appreciate it. And these bags are super cute. I can't wait to save these. And these will be great to make an advent for you. All right. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. So here's the stocking cap. I wish y'all could feel how soft those are. But yeah, I hope that I can get my tree up and stay up, and I will hang these in my tree. They're kind of hefty. You could even kind of place them on the branch. So I love that. I don't know how to crochet. My mom crocheted when I was growing up, and one of my good friends crochets. When we get together, she'll crochet and I will cross stitch. So I mean, her hands just fly on that. So that's something I've always wanted to do. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm going to set this to the side, do a glitter sweep, and pull out my project. So I'm going to continue working on Dancer that I started yesterday. I worked a little bit on it after I made my video. I just kind of I came down here and added up there, and my stitches are super sloppy. I don't know what I was doing, but they're very sloppy. So I've kind of went back and forth on whether I should pull them out and redo them or just let it be. So looking at it, it's kind of embarrassing. They're pretty sloppy, but I don't know, y'all. Sometimes it's this up here, but you know what? I know what I did is I did these, and I brought my thread down, and I did this. So I'd have to take all that out, but it does look pretty bad. There's some sloppiness up here on this side too, but this is worse. I was trying to think when it's far away. It's pretty noticeable. I'm holding it at arm's length, and it's still noticeable. It looks like I let Parker come in and stitch that. So I think I will take it apart. I'll do the responsible thing. So we'll sit here and chit chat while I rip stitches out. Let me find the end of my... There it is. Okay, so we had a crazy morning this morning. So when I picked Parker up from school yesterday, I know a lot of y'all said that you want to hear updates. When I picked him up from school, he was in a good mood. He was very chatty. I think, is it that one or is it this one? I think I'm just going to cut that off. He had had such a good morning yesterday. We had started the new electronics schedule, so he didn't have any computer time in the morning, and that really helped him get ready for school better. And he had a great day, and then when I picked him up, he was really chatty and in a good mood. Well, really chatty compared to the other days. He's never super chatty when he takes his ADHD medication like that. When his medicine wears off, he starts getting more hyper and talking. So as the evening went on, he talked more about school, and then it was really cute. We went to Chick-fil-A for dinner, and on the way home, he just got big enough to sit in the front seat. And when I was growing up, it didn't matter how old I was. If my mom and dad were both in the car, or my mom and stepdad, you didn't ride up front. It was disrespectful. But I've been letting him ride up front, and me or Mike sit in the back, depends on who's driving, because he engages with us when he's in the front seat. So when he's in the back seat, it's like he's in his own little land. He's on the phone, whatever. Which with his new electronic schedule, he didn't have his phone in the car, so that helped too. But even when he does have a phone, he won't pick it up. He'll just sit there and talk to us. And so I let him sit up front. If Mike's driving, I get in the back seat and he sits up front and he will just talk. So after we went to Chick-fil-A, we were driving home and I told his dad, I said, I was kind of updating him on what he was doing in school, and I said, he's learned about World War I. Well, my husband has a history degree and he loves history, so he asked him a question about World War I and Parker knew the answer, and then he wanted Mike to keep quizzing him, and I was super proud of him because he just started this on Monday, and it was Wednesday, and he could answer most of Mike's questions, so I was super proud of him for that. And so they were talking back and forth, and he was getting so excited because he knew the answers to the questions, and so yeah, he's having to jump into what the public school's doing because we didn't follow, you know, what the public school's doing. We were working on the Declaration of Independence when he went back to school. So he went from Declaration of Independence to World War I. So he enjoyed that. He enjoyed doing all that. And then they came home and they reviewed his notes and they talked about it for about 5 more minutes and then he was done. But that was fun. It was nice. And so yeah, and then this morning he was a little wild. He kept trying to, he's super excited. They get Chromebooks. Now, he has a laptop. He has a personal computer. With a laptop we share. It's technically his laptop, but we all use it. And so it's not like he doesn't have a computer. That's like his number one hobby is computer. So, but because he got this Chromebook at school and he has that like Google Classroom or whatever. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. He, goodness gracious, how many more do I have to pull out? I think that's the last row. He was wanting to send messages to his classmate on the Google Classroom, like front page, or it's like an announcement page or something like that. And I was like, you can't do that because first of all, he just can't do it. They don't allow him to do stuff like that. And some other kid had gotten on there yesterday and left a message, so he thought he could too. And I'm like, no, that kid's message is going to get deleted. They're not allowed to do that. Your teacher doesn't want you leaving, like, basically a chat, like if you were privately messaging somebody, like your friend. That's what he wanted to do on that page. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. And what makes it worse is he was leaving something that would probably get him in trouble at school because it was a, like, video game meme and it said, like, murder something. And it wasn't literally murder. It's like, you know, the murder hornets. It was something like that. It was like a game item or something. It wasn't like people murdering each other. It was just the name of the object. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. They have a zero tolerance policy for that. And if you do stuff like that, you can get suspended or expelled from school because your teacher and principal doesn't know it's a computer, like, gaming meme. And they don't care. So they were supposed to discuss all that with him and have him sign a paper before he brought the Chromebook home, but he says he didn't. So they're going to learn real quick that they need to tell him the rules because he is, yeah. He wants to get on there and mess around, so he was arguing with me and fussing and doing all that this morning. And I was trying to be like Mary Poppins, like with a good attitude, because I didn't want him to have, you know, any kind of like negativity before he goes to school. And that still looks, ooh, I need to take more of that out. Maybe I should work on something else. I don't know why. Why that looks like that. Or is it up here? Goodness gracious, I just made it worse. So yeah, I text my husband and I said, it's time for Mom to have a cup of coffee and do some stitching. But I do have to go run some errands today, and then I'm just slowly trying to get caught up on this housework that I've gotten so far behind on. So it's already looking better. So I didn't get much stitching time in yesterday, but I got a lot done around the house. Okay, I think I'm going to take out this row and then start over. Okay. Alright, so we get this floss. I need to start the hands-on design cookie sow. Alright, Mose took him a little barking spell. So, I've got this threaded. Now I've got to figure out where I left off. Okay. So, I thought this fabric was a... Alright, so let me try to explain this. Yesterday, I said I think this fabric's a 28 count. But I was not sure, so I bought it from 123 Stitch. I went to and looked at... I looked at my order, because I had the invoice or whatever in my email, and it is 32 count. And the reason I thought it was 28 count was because I stitched it for an ornament that called for 32 count for the Smalls exchange with Stacy C. Stitches that she organized. That's where that advent calendar from Vicky came from. So I stitched the pattern and it said 32 count and you finish it in a 4-inch hoop. So I bought a 4-inch hoop, I stitched the pattern, and it's too big for the hoop. So I thought, well, maybe it's 28 count because it doesn't fit in the hoop. It goes over the stitching, and I looked at the picture and the picture fits in the hoop. So I don't know. So I have to cover up some of my stitching, which is really just a tree. But I was a little annoyed. Because it's really, if I go up, I don't even know if they have a 5-inch hoop. I don't have time to order something from Amazon. I've got to get it shipped out today. So I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby didn't have a 5-inch hoop. So I don't know what the deal is with it. I don't know if it's not really 32 count or the pattern's not written correctly. I don't know. Pattern, I don't know. But it ended up cute anyway. I still have to do a little bit of finishing on it before I mail it, because I had to glue something and let it dry. But it was fun. I'll take a picture and show it once the recipient gets it in the mail. If I stitched in a hoop or Q-snap, my stitches would be neater, but I just don't like to. If I have to, I will, if I really need to for the pattern, but otherwise I prefer to just stitch in hand. One more. I was thinking this would be, or this would take a lot longer to stitch than what it is, but I think it's actually going to be a much quicker stitch. sometimes it's hard to tell. When you look at a pattern and it takes up a whole page in a book, you think, oh, that's a big pattern. But you're not taking into account that it's blown up and it's not actually as big as you thought it was. So I think this is going to be one of those situations. So, do y'all have real trees or do you use artificial trees? I use an artificial tree because I have a phobia of a real tree catching on fire. I'm sure that's from like the 1980s or something. It's just, I don't know. Somewhere in my brain, I was taught that real trees dry out and can catch on fire. And I've always had that fear. And I have never bought a real tree. I remember when I was really little, we had real trees. But yeah, so we found this tree at the thrift store. It was a beautiful tree. Pre-lit, big. I love that tree. And we paid, I think, was it $10 for it or something? It was ridiculous how cheap it was. So we used it for several years, and then our town needed a tree for the gazebo. And my husband gave him our tree. It's like, what? You gave our tree away? He's like, oh, we can get another one. Oh my gosh, I love that tree. So now my tree's in the gazebo. Actually, I don't think it's up this year. But so we got lucky because he found another tree at the thrift store. It's a pre-lit tree. It's not as nice as the one that we donated, but it's still fine. And I think he paid like $40 for it, which is still really good for a nice pre-lit tree. So, like, don't give this one away, please. Oh gosh, we have. I'll try to share it. We have a couple years ago, people made pallet trees. If you've ever seen those, where they take a pallet and they cut a Christmas tree shape out of it. And they painted and decorated their own pallet trees and put them along the walkway that goes through, used to be the old railroad. And now it's a walkway, like a walking path. They put them along there. Well, I made an autism tree. And so I painted the palette white. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. I painted the palette white. And then I got these wooden puzzle pieces from Hobby Lobby. And I painted them with the autism design, where I painted like 4 colors on some of them. The green, yellow, red, and blue. And then some of them I painted solid colors. And I glued them over on the tree like ornaments. And then I added blue lights. And put a bow on top. I think it's a red bow. So we have an autism tree. It's up there now. I need to go up there because what they do is they take them down and they put them in the storage. They put them in storage with the other Christmas lights or whatever. So I haven't checked it to see if anything needs repaired. But I do have a picture of it on Facebook or something that I can download and share and show y'all. I love that thing. It's so special. I really would rather put it in my house so I can look at it every day. But, you know, that way anybody who walks on the trail can enjoy it. I mean, It's not a trail. It's just like a walking path between two tree lines, and but I can make another one for our house. Just have to get one of those pallets. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. I'm not like a crafty person like that, so it was a big deal for me to make that because I'm not naturally like somebody who can make crafty stuff. I mean, I like to sew and cross stitch and stuff, but you know, as far as making like signs, wreaths, door hangers, just different crafts, I'm just not I'm not creative that way. I don't have a natural talent for it. I struggle just to make a simple bow. So that's why I'm so proud of that tree. I hear my dog Zoe snoring. I haven't watched any Christmas movies yet. I love Home Alone. The Santa Claus is one that I remember watching a lot. Of course, A Christmas Story, all the Christmas cartoons. My husband watches Christmas Vacation like 20 times every year. Okay, I didn't end that soon enough. I'll have to trim that. I have tons of floss tube to watch. I've got partway through Tracy's that she's posted. I saw Candace has one posted. Courtney has one posted. Mary Ashcraft. Who else is on there that Micah, ADHD Stitcher. She has one posted. I am so behind. I gotta watch. Oh, Kiara has one posted. I need to watch all those. I had a lot more time to watch FlossTube when I was homeschooling. I don't know how, but I have been so busy. And going to bed earlier too, because I'm getting up earlier. I'm getting up like way earlier. So, let me see how I'm doing on time. Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, I spent most of the time unpicking stitches, but sometimes you gotta do that. And I hate to say it, they don't look much better. I think this is one of those colors that, if you don't already know this, light colors are harder to get looking nice because they reflect more light. So dark stitching reflects less light, so you see less imperfections. Lighter colors reflect more light, so you see more imperfections. So this is like stitching with, you know, a lighter color. All those little bumps and stuff, you can see them. So I'm just going to be satisfied with that. I mean, I am stitching in hand. It's not going to be perfect, so. But it does look better than it did. It's just not, it's not the best stitching I've ever done. So hopefully when I get to some of these other colors, it will look a little bit neater. I need to stitch up this side with my machine. So, alright guys, thank you for joining me for another day of Stitchmas, and I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.